us. Moving on Global Eye, the International Criminal Court has issued an arrest warrant against Israeli Prime Minister Netanyahu, former Israeli Defense Minister Gallant and Hamas leader Ibrahim al-Masri over alleged war crimes. The judges stated that there were reasonable grounds to arrest them. They believe that Netanyahu, Gallant and al-Masri bear criminal responsibility for the war crime of starvation as a method of warfare. The Israeli government has rejected the decision, calling the move anti-Semitic. Netanyahu's office added that Israel won't give in to pressure in defense of its citizens. The United Nations has also rejected the International Criminal Court's warrant. The US, which is not a member of the ICC, has previously welcomed their war crimes warrants against Vladimir Putin and other Russian officials for atrocities committed in Ukraine. However, Palestine has welcomed the move, adding that this restores hope in international law. We're now joined by KP Fabian, former Indian ambassador to Qatar. Ambassador Fabian, thank you very much for joining us on the program. What kind of a message is US sending out by rejecting the decision of the ICC to issue arrest warrants against Israeli officials?
The message US is sending out is that it wants to be inconsistent. As you said, US is not a signatory to the Rome Convention statute, which was signed when I was ambassador to Rome. US is not a signatory, nor is India a signatory. But nevertheless, when the ICC issued an arrest warrant against President Putin, Washington was very pleased. So US does not want to be consistent. That its support for Israel is rock solid, ironclad, as Biden likes to put it.
Right. My last question to you, Ambassador Fabian, would be, what will now be the ramifications of this arrest warrant? Will it remain only on paper? Is it only symbolic? Or does it create any sort of pressure on Netanyahu?
Well, it does not create any pressure in the sense that his behavior will not change. But he will not be going to any of the 124 member states which have signed the Rome Statute. That would include the European Union and many other countries. So his travel will be limited. And also, Israel's international standing has been undermined further. So, but as I said, it won't affect the behavior.
Right. How do you think India would be responding to whatever has happened in ICC? Do you feel that India will maintain a very neutral stand and not comment on this at all?
I do not know whether India has commented, but as I said earlier, India also is not a signatory to the Rome Statute, so India is not part of the ICC, and I don't expect India to comment.
Right. Thank you so much, Ambassador Fabian, for putting that story into perspective for our viewers. An important development there at the international stage vis-a-vis the war in Gaza. And let's hope there is some clarity and end to the war in the Middle East, as well as you also hope for an end to the Russia-Ukraine war. With that, it's a wrap on this edition of Global Eye. Thank you for watching. Stay tuned to CNBC TV 18 for more news and updates.